Hello, I'm Jack Leeser with Churchill. He's a 2-year-old Holsteiner, and he's come to me just to kind of help him get some ground manners and just to be a little politer around people. And he's really turning out to be a really nice fella. Today I thought we'd go over playing with, teaching how to help the horse learn how to back through the poles, over the poles, that sort of thing. Because this guy tends to want to kind of come in with his head and with his shoulders, so the more we can control his feet, the less he's going to want to do that. You know, he's just being a 2-year-old. This is really common. They're real playful. He's especially playful and real mouthy, so he's always playing and doodling around. So if we can give him something to do, that'll help him put his mind somewhere else and not on you and not wanting to crowd into you so much. So the first thing I want to do is just get him out moving around. So I'm going to ask him just to kind of back off of me a little bit, bring a little intent up to say, can you step back? And then I'm going to take him over the poles, through the poles, to set him up, to let him see them, to experience them, and just observe, is he bothered by them at all, or is he okay with them? So I just ask him to go through, change direction, go back through the other way. Yeah, he more wants to just check him out and probably bite him. That's what he'd rather do. So now I'm going to take him over the top of him. That's nice. And ask him to go the other way. So before we even get into the backing, is can he go over it forward? And then I'm going to ask him to pick up a little trot. See if he can go over and through at the trot. There you go. He's like, yeah, I can do it. Gets exuberant, and that's fine. We're just letting him play with it. I don't want to take the play out of him, but he just has to mind and not run into me and through me. So that's good this direction. And we'll go the other direction. And it's funny how you just add one little thing in and can change things. He has to think about his feet here, what he's doing with his feet. So I'm asking the front over. There you go. And this is all good because of getting more and more control over where he puts his feet. I'm not being real exact about it. I'm just saying, can you get out there and go? And what do you think of the poles? Can you go over those poles? He's like, well, I don't know. Not sure. And we'll go over this way. Yeah. And ask him to trot. You just want to get him to go over and around and through where it turns into really no big deal. We just keep going around playing. He's speeding up, slowing down. Not looking for perfection here. It's just Is he responding to me? Is he paying attention to me? That's the biggest thing I'm looking for. Yeah. And we'll ask them to go through them again. So that's all looking pretty good there. With that, then I'm going to say, okay, what's your backup like? And just from the past couple days of playing with them, you know, I haven't played with the poles at all, but his backup wasn't too bad. So what I want to do is I'm just reaching down, grabbing the underside of the halter here right at the knot, and I'm just putting a feel on there, a slight feel, saying, can you follow that feel backwards? He's actually doing pretty nicely there. I don't want a lot of them going up and really tensing up the back if I can help it. So it's more in that backup, can he follow that feel and stay relaxed in his head and neck? And he's doing this well, but if he wouldn't, I might put a little vibration on if he leans, or I could come in with the stick and just lightly tap him on the chest to say, hey, can you back up? And I like that. So before you even go to the poles is make sure you can back them up well without anything there. I'm just going to walk them through. And he's like, no, I'll just step around. And now I'm going to halt him in there. So I'm going to walk him into the box, then halt. And now I'm going to say, can you back up? Can you back out of that? And that's nice. Take them one step at a time. If your horse is getting bothered and they give you one good step, you reward for that, then you can do another step. So the idea here is I'm going to go, okay, halt, don't run through me. Now I put a feel asking to back up, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Can you give me another step? Oh, thank you. Can you give me another step? Oh, thank you. And that oh, thank you can be longer or shorter depending on how progressed your horse is. The more the horse gets it, the shorter the "ah, thank you" will be, because you'll go right into saying, okay, now give me the next step, which he's giving that really nice. So now I'm going to ask him to step off of the pole. So halt him over the pole and just have him wait there. And now can he back off of it? And that was pretty simple, pretty easy for him. Then he wanted to kind of shake his head. He wants to lean in, so I'm blocking here saying, no, you can't just go throwing your head around when I'm standing here. So that was good. Now I'm going to walk him up. Can I stop with all the feet inside? And then I'm going to ask him to step back over with the hind feet now. That was nice. So there was my "ah, thank you." Now I'm going to ask one more step. "Ah, thank you." And he's coming off of that really nice. With the "ah, thank you," the idea behind that, now Larry's kind of pushing through, is I'm going to put a feel. I have an intent and a feel, and when the horse gives me what I want, I release, I soften, and I almost, you can even say it to yourself, is just go, ah, thanks. And when you say that, your whole body softens. It gives them a release, and it shows them, oh, that must be what you want, is because there was a softening in you. There was a reward to them. So that's what I mean by an ah, thank you. So I put a feel, then I go, ah, thanks, by just softening. And then I ask again, my intent comes up. And then I go, ah, thank you. And then I ask again. So it's another, ah, thank you. So we don't need, in our release, we don't need to just totally drop everything. Think of it as being just a softening in you. And that's what I'm meaning by that, ah, thank you. And just the fact of you saying it to yourself makes you change in your own body, which translates to the horse and helps the horse to understand that. It's a huge thing in all aspects of horsemanship. So just using it here to help him understand it, he's doing this really well. So another tip on the backup is getting the horse to be able to walk forward, halt, and then back up. But first you want to get to where they can just walk forward, halt, staying in line with you, not pushing in with their shoulder. And then once you've got that, is can you ask for some backup? And I'm going to do that by putting a feel, a little upward feel with the lead rope, a little vibration, and if he comes back off of it, great. If I need to, I can put a little rhythm with the handle of my stick out in front of him or kind of on his chest there. He backs up a few steps, great. And then I can walk forward. And I'll turn around here. And then I halt, and he stayed with me nice. And then I can ask him to back up. So I start backing up myself. I don't let him tip his nose. I use my stick to help me with that. I put a little vibration in the lead rope to say, can you back up? If he's still not responding, I can tap him back on the chest here. But that was pretty good. And then he halted when I halted. And then I walk forward. And then if he doesn't come with, I just reach back and touch him with the stick. And then halt. And that was nice. Ask him to back up. Putting a little vibration, a little feel. If there's no response, I can take the handle of the stick and tap him on the chest, saying, let's back up. Can you back up with me? And remember the thank you in between. So each step you can go, ah, that's it, that's it. And we can walk forward. Getting him to really pay attention to me. And if the horse is really squirmy, you can do it along the fence. And halt. And ask him to back up. If he doesn't come with, I can tap on his chest to keep him from turning. I just pick up the stick here in this space here. Thank you. And then I can walk forward. So that's another, there he's kind of leaning on me. So he's looking off over there, pushing his shoulder into me. So I really have to say, no, no, your shoulder can't come into me. So I might use my elbow in him, whatever you have to say, don't push into me. Because if you don't teach a 2-year-old, or doesn't really matter what age, your space is protected, it's sacred, then later on down the road, when you're off leading him somewhere and he gets bothered and he jumps, and he'll jump right into you, right on you, right over you. And so you really have to be on guard about that, as saying, no, just keep the shoulder out. And that's what this exercise really helps with, is keeping them out of your space, but then staying with you. So we back up and move forward and halt, and that was nice. So those are a couple little tips on getting the backup. The big thing is to remember to put your feel, get your intent, a clear intent of what it is you want, and get big enough to get a response. And then the really big thing is the thank you. Remember to release and just go, that's it, when the horse gives you what you're looking for. And for these youngsters, that is golden. If you would like to see more videos like this one here, click the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.